Well, we want to welcome everybody to the RC Underground Radio Studios. But as you can see, things are a little different here tonight. No guests, just me. Talking about what's coming up that we are calling the RC Foam Oval Nationals to be held at the RC Underground. Now, any of you that follow the show or have been to the Underground know the way it got its name is that's in my basement of my house. So it's truly my home track. And it is in my house. And since it's underground, that's how we got the name the RC Underground. And I want to welcome you to the new RC Underground Radio garage. I mean, it's beautiful. It's decked out. But yeah, everything's an illusion. Because, yeah, it's just a backdrop. But it fooled you. It fooled you for a second. Come on, admit it. All right, well, let's get to it. So we got a lot of ground to cover. I'm doing this as a video this time, just to make sure I get all the information out there right. I don't miss anything. You know, people have been on the show know a lot of editing goes on, and it'll happen again here tonight. But I will be doing a live show as we get closer to the race. So the race, let's just get right to it again. The Foam Oval Nationals, the RC Underground. It's going to be May 17th and 18th. Foam Oval Nationals for one RC brand race cars. The size of the track, it's a 5th mile in 18th scale. So all we can run is one RC cars. That's our focus. Mostly the dirt late models and fastly growing the asphalt late model programs. But our deal is 3 cars make a class. So if you've got the other cars, bring them out. If there's enough of them, we'll run you as a class. Okay. So, but the main focus is going to be on the dirt late models and the asphalt late models. The first 40 racers to register will be able to be in the house, between the basement and the garage. We can fit 40 drivers. After that, we'll have to put you guys on a waiting list, see how things go. But the first 40 can potentially be locked in. When is it? It's May 17th and 18th. Now, the 17th is going to be practice, and the 18th will be the race. I'm going to give you all the details. Again, it's the RC Underground Speedway. It's located in Caledonia, Wisconsin. That's all we can tell you for right now. And the reason is, again, it's my house. And I just don't give my address out everywhere. A lot of drivers have it. A lot of drivers have been here. And those that register obviously will get it. But I'm not going to promote it here. Our goal is to bring the best 1RC racers and have them compete together at one of the original OG foam race facilities in the country, the RC Underground. And most importantly, this event is for charity. All the money that we raise through registrations, pit table spots, 50-50 raffles, anything that might come in from sponsors, all that is going to be brought together, and we're going to give it away to some really great charities. First off, registration. When we go to do registration, it's going to be $20 for the rate for your first class, $10 every additional class, and it's $10 to reserve a pit space. So basically, all you have to do at pre-registration time is just pay $10. That's holding your pit spot. It's non-refundable, but at least it shows that you got some skin in the game, right? So it'll be $10. We will you can Facebook Messenger me either at RC Underground or RC Underground Radio, whichever you choose and you follow. And then from there, once you contact me, I'll send you the registration form, and I'll also send you where you can go and put your down payment. Now, if you want to pay everything, absolutely, that's great. If you want to pay on race day, I understand that as well. So, but you'll have to put the $10 down just so we know you're coming, and we can get some things going from there. Our scoring is TrackMate. It's the system we use. Depending on how many registered racers sign up, needing transponders. Again, when you do your registration, you'll need to let me know, do you need one? We'll have them for rent for $15, or we will have them where you can purchase them for $30. So Friday's going to be a practice evening from 4 to 8 p.m. Each class will have a 30-minute session. During that time, a practice clock will be used. So it'll count out for 5 minutes. So it's kind of a gentleman's agreement. 4 cars on the track, no more than 4 cars on the track practicing at one time. During that 5 minutes, when the buzzer goes off, there'll be other drivers waiting, and then they can come on. But we're going to keep it per class for a 30-minute block of time, and then we'll go to the next class, if that makes sense. So got plenty of sessions in your half-hour block. And then once we go through that, we'll just keep rotating. We're just going to go through every class and then start all over again, go through every class, and we'll do that from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So that's going to give you a lot of run time. And practice is free from 4 to 8 p.m. on Friday night. Next part, let's talk about Saturday now. Saturday is a race day. Here's how the format will go. Doors will open at 8:30. Practice will begin at 9. That'll go to 11:20. At 11:30, we'll have our drivers meeting. Just go over some stuff. But let's kind of give you the breakdown here of how the format should go. Seating is going to start at 11:45. It's going to be single car, 10 laps on the track. If you have an issue in the pits on track, you cannot requalify after your assigned run. So come check the car out, make sure it's ready to run when you come. Once your spot is passed, you miss seating. We just have too many cars and too many classes to just wait around and do that. We got to get through that seating because a lot of tracks do it, and it's awesome, and it helps really set the day. But it can take a lot of time if you let it get out of hand. So we can't allow that to get out of hand. So be ready. Check the monitors for when you go. We'll be counting it down. So-and-so on track, so-and-so up, on deck, so-and-so in the hole. So everybody's, so you'll at least know 3 drivers ahead of you. If we can start lining up that line earlier, that would be even better. Your fastest lap stands is official. After you finish, you will drop your car at the tech table, which is, you got to walk right past it. You're going to drop your car and your batteries on the tech table for the cars to be teched. We will finish cars up and we will get them back to you just as soon as possible. It's going to take a little time, so be patient. All right, just be patient. The track record is currently 2.310 that was set by Dave Hefty of Wisconsin. And then the qualifying, there'll be 2 qualifying rounds after seating. And quarter marshaling. Here's how quarter marshaling will work. After you finish your qualifying race in both rounds, again, you are going to set your car on the tech table and your batteries and your radio. We'll keep an eye on it. Not going to do anything with it. It's just there for safekeeping, and you're going to go corner marshal. If you go back to your pits and you don't corner marshal, your qualifying, wherever you did in qualifying, is going to be a DQ. Not for the day, just for that race. So we need people to corner marshal. Once you come to the underground and you see how fast things go, you'll understand why we need corner marshals. Because if they're doing it for you, you got to do it for somebody else. It's just fair. Main events. It's going to be alphabet soup style with bump ups for each main event. Same corner marshaling rules apply. Just after you've run your main, we'll need you to leave your car and your batteries at the tech table. Yes, that includes the people that bump up, but don't get freaked out. We're going to have it laid out where you're going to have plenty of time to get back. Again, nothing's going to be touched on your car during that. It's just a nice little process. Your brain will wrap around it to go, I race, I set my car down, I corner marshal, I go back to my pits. Super simple. Here's some of the rules. The full rules are going to be posted at the RC Underground Facebook page, but here are some of the basics. Tires must be the tires specific to each class. Use of soft, hard, or combination. That's up to you. You can do whatever you want. Batteries, 300s or below. Some people like running the less than 300s. sometimes get the car set up, maybe not, takes that little edge off so you don't have a possibility of traction roll. And something that's really important to us, we're putting in place what we call the watchdog format, and that's for charging. You got to charge at 1 amp. We will have a set battery that we will check temperature. You got to be within 10 degrees of that. And if you say, oh, I've heard this before, I know where this is coming from, you're absolutely right. That's why we call it the watchdog process, because we'll be watching. We'll be going around checking, making sure people are only charging at 1 amp. And this is all developed by Matt, the Murph Dog Murphy. And it's fantastic because it helps hobby shops that have tracks, and it helps people that have a track in their basement to ensure that it's safe and we can avoid fire and we can avoid a lot of problems, right? So just do it. If you do it for anything else, just do it for the faith of the hobby, that you charge at 1 amp. If we catch you, it's a go or no go policy. We'll have talked about it here. We'll have talked about it in our next cast. We will have talked about it in the driver's meeting. We'll have talked about it at practice. We'll have talked about it and talked about it. And if you decide after all of that, you're going to go rogue and you're going to try to pump 2, 3, whatever, 8 amps into a battery, and we see it, that's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be see ya, because you'll leave the premises. That's a go or no go policy, guys. And you got to understand, this is my house. This thing burns to the ground. I got some real issues. And, all kidding aside, we just want to be safe. And just kudos to Matt Murphy for laying out these rules. There'll be more to it that we will cover, but I got a lot to cover. So the key right now is just know you gotta charge at 1 amp. And then we will get into the nitty gritty of the rest of the watchdog policy as racing gets closer. Chassis, everything's got to be intact. Everything's got to be there. Drivers, the driver's got to be in there. The seat's got to be in there. For those that we don't get too crazy about the air cleaner. It should be on there if you're running the 1RC, but if you're running the Alien, obviously it has to come off for it to fit, but it kind of has a mock air cleaner on there, so you'll be fine. You'll be fine. We don't get too freaky about that. Yeah, everything on the chassis has to be where it is. You can't move the ESC. You can't do anything. You can't change any kind of the geometry of the way of the car. The way it came in the box is the way it's got to be on the track. So no taking pieces out of the chassis, like the headers, the drivers, the window nets on the asphalt late models. Everything's got to be intact. No 3D added parts. No funky uppers or lowers or any little tricky stuff. You can use the digital fabrication bumper, or obviously use the one that 1RC has recently come out with, the revised bumper. That's always good. And you can use the asphalt late model bumper on the dirt cars if you're comfortable doing that. That's totally fine. All right, one more big part, tech inspection. We've said we're looking for 2 assistant tech members. We're going to have a chief steward. We'd like to have 1 or 2 extras. It's a paying position, and we'll feed you lunch. So if that's something that interests you, give us a shout out again at RC Underground Radio or RC Underground Facebook pages. Either one, just reach out in Messenger, and we can talk to you about that. See if that's something you're interested in. After seating, so you're going to run your 10 laps, and then as you come off the racetrack, you're going to go right past. You got to walk past it. You got to walk right past the tech table. You're going to drop your car off there. Your motor's going to be unplugged. It's going to be dyno tested for a 9,500 kV max, and it'll be sealed. We've got some special holographic, non-breakable, non-peelable decals we're going to put across the 2 white connectors. Once that's on there, don't mess with it. If for some reason it gets messed with, bring it back to us. We're going to have to re-dyno and go through the whole process again. But once you got that done after seating, you're good to go. As long as that seal doesn't get broken, and there's really no reason it should, you're good to go until the main events finish up. Let's say you bring it and the motor pumps heavy. It's over 9,500 kV, which it shouldn't. That's a pretty powerful motor. That motor obviously is disallowed, and your seating time will be DQ'd. That'll be it won't be allowed. It'll be 0. But you can come back with a different motor in the car, and we'll put you right back through the certification process, and then you're good to go. Going to be a little disadvantage, obviously, but good racers will be able to make that up. If the car has a motor issue during the day, all you need to do is just bring the car up, show us, say, here's what it's doing. It's super noisy. Something's definitely, or it's way down on power. Something's definitely wrong. We'll say, okay, we'll bust that seal off. You go back to throw in your other motor. Just bring it back. We'll go through and recertify it, and you're good to go. If we know if that seal is ever broken throughout the day and we see it in between the races, you're going to be DQ'd. You cannot mess around with that. Once they've been certified and they're sealed, they got to stay that way. To your A mains, bring those cars and set them on the tech table. If there was ever a time you're going to set them on the tech table, it's then. They're all going to go on the tech table. We will look the cars over. We are going to crack the seals on the motors. Going to look everything over, maybe rerun them on the dyno for sure. First place, we're going to rerun on the dyno, and then we'll go from there. I don't see any reason why anything would have changed, but who knows? Maybe we got some magicians out there. They can, they know how to do some tricks. I want to talk a little bit about some of the sponsors that have already committed to the Foam Oval Nationals with some outstanding prizes. First of all, 608 RC Raceway. We want to thank them. Scuff Racing and their awesome sauce. It's vital down here at the RC Underground. Just ask some racers that have been here. So we're really appreciative that they have jumped on board. Carpies. Derek from Carpies will actually be here. So you get the opportunity to, if he's ever done a wrap for you, his company, you can shake his hand, but then you can go out there and bang fenders with him out on a racetrack, and then maybe you need to buy a new wrap. Who knows? The One RC Garage out of California, Austin Wentworth, the previous Minnesota Viking player, is going to be here with the One RC Garage. We want to thank them as well for being a part of the event. And Shark. What can you say about Shark RC Bodies? I know there's going to be some aliens in the field, and hopefully Paul himself will be here. But Shark has stepped up with some outstanding prizes that we'll talk more about as we get closer. And Attitude RC Raceway. I mean, what more can you say when actual racetracks like Attitude and 608 step up and say, yeah, we're going to do some stuff. Just amazing. Aaron and his crew out there at Attitude. We're going to be so happy and excited to have them here at the track racing, but that they want to be involved in the prizes and such is really cool. And then some clowns from RC Underground Radio, they just want to be here and get noticed. So, all kidding aside, we're thrown in for this race as well. Obviously, we're going to be involved, right? This is where it all started, right here at the Underground. So yeah, my co-host Ryan Ratzloff, he'll be racing. And you can have some fun. I don't know. Maybe we'll give extra prizes for spinning them out. No, I didn't really say that. We're not going to do that. But no, we'll be in house with some fun stuff with the radio show. Definitely looking forward to it. And there's plenty of room, folks. So if there's more companies out there, we'd love to have you involved. The more prizes in that we can get involved, the more excitement that it just adds to the event. And it's just a great way for companies to reach out to those hobbyists that support their missions and say, hey, thanks for buying our products. Here's some products that you can raffle for. So thanks again to all those great companies and racetracks that are stepping forward to help us with the Foam Oval Nationals, just to make it a great event. I said we're going to do more episodes as we get closer. It's 2 months out, folks, but we wanted to get you some general information so you know what you're planning for. But that's a long time to have to remember all this stuff. So we will have more, some more info as we get closer. So here's some general items. There are stairs, obviously, leading downstairs. Don't be a hero. If you got 6 boxes, don't try to carry them all at one time. If you need help, let us know. We will have people here that can help you bring your stuff down your stairs. Please, everybody be careful, especially on the stairs. Just take your time. Let's talk about pit spaces for a second. We got 26 in-house, and then we're going to have 14 out in the garage area. That's very close. We'll have a TV. We'll have a speaker out there with the TV. I'll obviously have live RC, so you can keep track of what's going on minute by minute. We'll also have the live feed you'll be able to see, as well as we'll have a speaker out there so you can keep up with everything that's happening downstairs and know when you're going. It's going to be kind of like a high school wrestling tournament or a high school basketball tournament where you can't be on the court or in the gym area at all times. Like, teams got to like kind of hang out other places, but stay aware of what's going on. And when it's their time to be on the court in this situation, you got to keep up as to when you need to be down by the racetrack. We are going to have a pop-up hobby shop. Everything you may need for the dirt late models and asphalt late models will be available. Unfortunately, as of right now, we will not have really any product for the supporting classes. That could change based on how many people register, and we get an idea of how many cars will be around for those other additional classes. We just don't really run those additional classes here at the Underground during our regular monthly races, just the dirt late models and the asphalt late models, and we get a little sprinkling of midgets once in a while and things like that. So we just don't carry a lot of product for that, but we will make it available if it looks like there's going to be a decent amount of guys and you need that. We'll be reaching out to you as you register those cars to ask, hey, do you need some parts on hand, or do you got yourself covered? Food options. Down the street, we've got Tailgaters. They're going to be a sponsor of the event. They're probably going to provide us some things. We'll talk about that as we get closer to. So we just ask you, first of all, it's super close. You can literally see it from the racetrack. Go over there, get yourself a nice meal. I know some of the drivers, you can call ahead. You can get your food ready throughout the day. Once you finish racing and corner marshaling, I would say right before you race, probably a good time to order your food. Then you corner marshal and you go get your food. I mean, what could be more perfect than that? We'll have additional areas out in the garage too. So you don't have to bring it downstairs and try to eat, in between 26 other people down in the basement. You can take your time, stay upstairs, unwind a little bit, get ready for your next round of racing. That should work out really good. But we do have a refrigerator. So if you want to bring your own food or you have some special meal plan that you need, you're welcome to keep your food, your drinks, anything like that in the refrigerator. But there will be no food sold here at the racetrack. So just know that. Either bring your food or, like we said, we recommend Tailgaters. Yes, there is all the main franchises, but it's in Oak Creek, and you're about 15 minutes away to get there, get your food, eat your food, get back. I don't think that's practical. I don't know. You have to see. Somebody knows of someone, or if you yourself have a food truck, let me know about it. We might be able to work something out there. I think that'd be kind of super fun. So yeah, just keep that in mind in case you know somebody. Okay, how does this whole thing work? That's a lot of money coming into the house. You say, yeah, Dave's really going to get rich on this deal. No, all the money that we bring in for this deal is going to go to charity. As we get closer to race time, we're going to tell you what the breakout is. Obviously, the winner of the mains are going to get the biggest amount of money that they can donate to their favorite charity. But there's going to be other ways that you can donate to your charities as well. We ask you to be forthcoming with the 50-50 raffle. Let's just make that incredible, right? Let's just make it incredible. And then you got a way to maybe walk out of here with some money for yourself, but then also raise some money for some great charities. Like I said, everything, registration, the table registrations, the money for the extra classes, all of that is leaving the house and going to charities. I'm super excited to see what some of those charities are. I know some things of people out there that will be coming, and this charity thing is really big to them because they've been hit by, different things that we in life. And this is going to give them a chance to tie in their favorite thing, which is RC racing, along with giving to charities that mean a great deal to them. So it's going to be really fun. I'm really looking forward to how that what charities are going to be chosen. Okay, that's what I got. That's it for now. But what I want you to do is I really want you to get involved in the chat down below. Please. I know I missed some stuff. Tell us what you have questions on, and we'll start to build on that for the next one. And then I will answer your questions as we get closer to race time. Guys and girls, this is going to be super fun. This is something I've wanted to do all my life. And I finally got the opportunity. And it's very humbling how many people have reached out and said, the RC Underground, it's kind of a bucket list track. I really want to get there someday. This is the one you want to get to. We got drivers coming from California. We got drivers coming from New York. So we can literally say we got the greatest coming from coast to coast, but then we got them all in the middle. We got the Iowa racers. We're going to have some Michigan racers. We've got some Missouri racers. You're coming. You Missouri racers, you better come. Obviously, we got Wisconsin racers, and we got drivers from the state of Illinois. They're coming from all over the place. And again, that is very humbling to me. This is a racetrack in my basement that I've been around RC since the late 70s. And this has been my hobby. Yep, I've been in the hobby. I've been out of the hobby. I've been back in the hobby. Now I'm really in the hobby. Like I'm really in deep, right? So let's show the world what 1RC foam racing is all about. This isn't just for the greatest foam racers in the world. This is for all of the 1RC racers in the world to come out here and just have a great time. Trust me, the drivers I know that are coming, they're all great guys and girls. You want to be here. It's just going to be a really fun couple of days of fellowship, great competition, and things move fast here, man. I'm telling you, less than 2.5 second laps, things happen in a hurry. You get down laps and you get back up laps in a blink of an eye. The track changes. Sometimes it's super slippery. Sometimes it gets super grippy and you get traction roll, but you get what you get. That's how foam works, folks. We're doing everything we can to make this a great event for you. Keep it safe, keep it fun, but it's going to be competitive. I ain't kidding you. I ain't going to kid you. All right. So bring your A game, but bring it to the RC Underground on May 17th and 18th. 17th from 4 to 8 p.m. That's just open practice. It's free to everybody. Just come figure out the track, but then come back on Saturday and get ready, folks, because once things get rolling, it's going to be wild. I think you're going to see some of the best RC racing that you've ever seen. Can't make it? That's cool. I get it. Make plans to come next year, but you'll be able to watch it on Live RC, and we'll probably have it live on Facebook as well. Can't wait. To those that are planning on coming, thank you. It means the world to me. It really does. And again, we're going to be doing a great thing for charity. So let's all band together, have a great couple of days of racing, and do some really great things for some charities out there. Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see your questions. Put them down here in the chat, and let's make this just the greatest race that we can together. Thanks so much for checking it out. We'll see you soon.
Thank you for listening to the RC Underground Radio Podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, and tell your fellow racers about the show. Tune in again next week for more RC content.